Hey yo, how's it going? It's time for endeavors again. So it's the 8th of February, as always, you know the drill. If you just want to jump straight to one endeavor that you're looking for, or if you want to skip some things, you can just check the time codes below and the timestamps in the description. This set here is pretty good. The only one I wouldn't even look at is cycle bosses, because guildmate plus 4 cycle bosses, that's like 20 or 30 minutes just playing Infinite Archive. These options here, they're so much quicker. The only decision I would have to make as to which one to do between repairing in Cyrodiil and extracting items, if you got some money or if you have some runes lying around, you can do this one very quickly. But if you don't have that sort of stuff, my advice is just do this one instead because it's very quick. It's just that this one here you can just kind of do straight away if you do have the money. This one here it might be limited based on the campaigns you have available. If you only have one faction and it's just like really unlucky timing, for example. But all 4 of these options really easy. But Emotes and Humanoid Daedra, definitely do these 2 if you can. Right, Emotes, really easy. So on keyboard, just type /NO. Simple as that. The controller version. So just grab your controller, go into your menu here, go down to Social, Emotes, and just choose. Yeah, I know how it works. Anything here, you just go into it and just now you press it, and that will also work. Okay, so extracting items. Extracting glyphs is the only way to do this. There's 2 ways I would go about doing this. If you don't have the materials or the money to do this, I would just, yeah, like I said, advise just doing that one instead. But one thing you can do is find any enchanter. They are almost always found in the same place as a enchanting table. So just whatever city you're in, just find your enchanting table. You'll usually find them next door, if not pretty close. So Traders Windbite as an example here. Just go into the store and you'll find glyphs. You can buy as many glyphs as you want. In this case, you want to buy 8. Now, if you want to make this better for your purse and don't want to spend as much, doing this on a low level character will give you lower tier glyphs that will be much less expensive. Like the ones at highest level, I believe they're like 270 gold. So instead of spending like 3 grand on 8 glyphs, you're going to spend like, yeah, just like less than a grand. So it is a significant investment, or like lower investment doing that. Now, try and find the cheapest one. In this case, it's level 5. In this case, I'm saying the same bloody thing. But yeah, so I'm just going to buy 8 of these. I mean, just so I can show you the other endeavors, I'll just go 5. Yeah, like 400 gold there. Deconstruct those. Just press T instead of R to extract them all at once. So yeah, pretty quick way to do it. Now the other way, obviously, is if you have some runes, you can do that too. So the way this works is any combination will work. You just have to have the ingredients and are able to use them. So in this case, I'll just use this here to craft this rune. And we'll get a poison rune, and you can just extract stuff that way as well. When it comes to the green ones, you can use any of them at any level, but there's only 3 that I'd recommend not using. So one, the most important one not to use is Hakejo, this one here. This is used in prismatic defense glyphs, which are the most expensive glyph in the game. And these runes are like 20 grand to buy. So naturally, you just want to stay clear of using these for endeavors because you waste them. Same with Indeco, though these are much less expensive than Hakejo, still significantly more expensive than any other glyph aside from that. The other one is Oko, just because these for some reason are like probably 10 times the price of every other like regular rune. Rakapa as well, probably not one you want to use, but anything else aside from that's probably fair game. Like Denny and Mako are a little bit more expensive than the rest, but especially stuff like Oru, Tadari, Kooko, Kadari, these tend to be less expensive and more numbersome than the other ones. And as for the aspect runes, you only want to really be using Jojota. Tar is more expensive than Jojota because they're used in writs, whereas Jojota are not. Denata is much less expensive than Tar as well, but you need to be a certain level in Enchanting to use them. So just stick to Jojota, stick to something like Oru or Okori, and yeah, just grab the Jorah and Jode runes to make it easy for yourself here. Now you can search for these in the wild, these runestones. These are where you actually get the runes yourself to use or sell. But you'll have to find 8 of these. That will take a significant amount of time. You're much better in that case just doing the other option, the repairing and Cyrodiil one. I only really suggest doing this method for like if you've got the gold to buy them outright, because yeah, that is going to be significantly quicker than just finding them or doing the repairing of them. Alright, so next up we got Humanoid Daedra. We had this come up recently. It's going to be the same strategy here. So Imperial City Prison, or if you don't want to deal with those, go to the Library of Dusk, or you can go to Shadowfen in Sanguine's Demone for this one. So if you've already seen that video recently, just do that instead. But yeah, if you haven't seen this yet, my advice is the best option in the game, in my opinion, for 5 is Imperial City Prison. Because you go to a Wayshrine, you travel straight in here. As soon as you rock up, this is a isolated area that other players can't get to, so these Daedra will always be alive for you to kill, so you're not waiting for stuff to respawn like you would in Overland areas. The only thing is they are significantly more tough than the ones in Overland. It's not something that you can't handle, especially on normal, but if you have, say, like a level 10 character like this, and you don't have much healing, then yeah, it might be a struggle. I'll see how I go here, but I think it should be okay. Alright, so just focus straight for this one here. Ooh, no, couldn't even handle that. Maybe it might be better to focus on the little ones first. Figure a bit early. Yeah, wow, it's rough. Okay, there we go. Ooh, that was a lot more worth than it fucking looked. Alright, well done. Well done. So that's 4. And then over here you've got the group of Dremora over here with the Zivkin and the Dremora, and then over here there's just a few Dremora here too. So that's enough for 5. And like I said before, Cold Harbor, Library of Dusk, this is usually where I go. There's a lot of Dremora here, and they're like pretty much right next to the Wayshrine here. You can use some other areas though, like this Wayshrine next to Court of Contempt. There's a lot of Humanoid Daedra in here too, but it's just it's like Cold Harbor is just full of them. So most places in Cold Harbor you'll find lots of these guys, but usually I just go to Library of Dusk because this I find is just somewhere where people don't tend to go. Alright, so if you want an easy route to starting off at Library of Dusk or Court of Contempt, what you want to do first is use home tours. If you want to know how all that system works, you can find it here in the group tab. Just check the description. I've got a Endeavor prep video for how home tours work. It's very easy to understand. It's just like you basically use it as like a wayshrine, a free wayshrine to get around like places you otherwise don't have access to wayshrines, and just means you don't have to rely on other people, so you can just be independent. So what I'll do here is I'll just go over to Court of Contempt and just show you some of the enemies over here. But you can, either way here in the Hollow City, you can go east, you can go west, and you'll find lots of Dremora all over the place. Alright, so Wayshrine's unlocked. Now you just go straight to Court of Contempt through this doorway. You can grab the quest if you want and do it, but you don't have to. So just come in here. You'll see Dremora here as well. So these caitiffs, the Valkanazes, yeah, those ones, Horskins, Kinlurkers, all these guys here count as Humanoid Daedra. So, yeah, plenty of guys to kill in here. And it'll basically look the same thing in Library of Dusk, except here there's Clan Fear. Don't bother with the Clan Fear, they're Bestial Daedra. And there's Flame Match Nox here that you just don't fight them. Just fight the Seducers and the Dremora. They both count as Humanoid Daedra. Some other places. Another good example is in Shadowfen. I talked about this one the other day. Sanguine's Domain. This one has a lot of Humanoid Daedra, especially on the southern side of the areas. To get here, you can use Ample Domicile through home tours. Just travel east. As soon as you enter Shadowfen, you'll have this Wayshrine unlocked, so you can just travel here at any point afterwards really easily. You just travel over here, just go in, and when you go in, just turn right. Because yeah, there'll be a left and a right. Just go right, and there's just Humanoid Daedra all over the place. There's also millions of Humanoid Daedra in Village of the Lost. So if you want to go further from Court of Contempt, you can grab this Wayshrine and get access to Village of the Lost over here as well. There's also a skill point and Sky Shards and stuff to grab as well. Alright, so let's look at the last option, which is also... Okay, so with this option, like 90% of the time you're going to be spending doing this one is finding a wall to repair. The rest is actually repairing the wall. It's very easy, very cheap. All you need is 2 repair kits. First thing you want to do is go to containers and just check if you have a it's called Do I not have any... Oh yeah, sorry, I'm not in the right category. Here we go. So these things here. If your character has these, so check them, because it will likely mean you've got some Cyrodiil repair kits in these, and you can grab them, and these are what you use to repair the walls. So just 2 of these is what you need. Now you can also buy these from... I think you can buy them from guild stores, and you can also buy them from siege vendors who will be all over the place in Cyrodiil. You don't have to worry about that if you don't have those yet. All you're going to need is like 200 gold. Now, if you need a bit of gold for that, my advice is to check the description again for the early game gold Endeavor prep video. In like a couple of minutes, you can make that kind of gold. You don't need any skill. You just need to be able to like walk probably like a minute and then go into a room and grab a bunch of gold, go out and just repeat that process. Don't need any DLC or anything. Just need a keyboard and a mouse, basically. So, yeah, pretty good to use. Alright, so to start this one off, what you want to do is go to a campaign. Now, with the PvP event, the campaigns are still here, so that's good. I don't know if they're going to be here until the end of this daily, but they should be around for a while. Okay, so what you want to do is just pick a campaign that your faction's doing good. Because the more keeps you have, the more chance you'll have of finding a keep that needs to be repaired. But, if you can, try and find a campaign where it's more active, because I find campaigns that there's been stuff going on recently, there tends to be keeps that haven't been fully repaired. But it's random. Whether or not you'll find something it's up in the air. Sometimes you'll get through a whole campaign and none of the keeps will be repairable. In this case, literally, Ordinary Dominion has everything, so what I might do is go as far up as you can. You want to try and go as close to the front line as possible, and just work your way from there. Only focus on stuff that is travelable. Like these ones over here, you don't really want to go to them, because you can't travel to them as an Ordinary Dominion player, for example. Alright, so I've been looking around for a bit in this campaign and haven't found anything. So what I'll do is I'll go to... This is how I usually travel around quicker. So go to Imperial City, queue for that, and as soon as you get to Imperial City, just queue straight back for another campaign. It's usually quicker than leaving the campaign through the way shrines. So, the only thing is, I don't think you can... Oh yeah, it's fine, it's fine. So Cyrodiil, we'll go no CP, we'll try this one. If you set one to home, and then check this this tab here, this should give you some information about how busy the campaign is and how many keeps you've got. So that one there showed me that we had 5, so that's fine. Okay, so we've got 1 here. I'll just try that 1 keep and see how we go. What do we got? Oh yeah, here we go. So this is it. So you see the health bar of this wall? It's low, or it's not full. So the first thing you want to check for once you get to a keep and you want to see if it's repaired, if you can see these things here, these crane tools, this means that the wall is not repaired, so you're good to go. Now what you want to do is head over here to the quartermaster. Every keep has one of these quartermasters. You've got to look around. Let's talk to them. Open the menu. These repair kits here are what you're looking for. So you just need 2. 1, 2. Go to inventory, go to quick slots, grab your repair kits, chuck them on, and you just activate them like a potion. So put the health bar in your on your target there in the reticle, and then grab the Cyrodiil repair kit and just activate it like a potion. Character will do an animation, and then you just do that again. Now, as you can see, the wall has, like, it did a very little amount of repairing on the wall. So all you need is like a teeny weeny little bit of damage on a wall to repair, and then you're done. And even then, like, there'll usually be multiple walls that you can repair. So you see what I mean? There's like so little effort that you need to put into repairing this, and it works. Keep, and you can't see any walls repaired, just make sure the last thing that you check is here. These corners here. So it looks a bit different from keep to keep, but over here, 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 and here. Maybe these 2 spots too, like for example. Because these tend to be the last things that people repair. So yeah, always look through these. Just be aware, sometimes you can repair them, like be repairing them, and the whole thing will just like despawn, and you'll be kicked out of the keep. If you want to prevent that from happening, just make sure you're standing in front of, behind this this little bit here, and you should be fine, because you can still repair it from there. So if you want to leave Cyrodiil legitimately, you just got to go to the gates over here, and they'll have a way shrine. So you just head over to the way shrine, and then you use it like any other way shrine in the game. So you can either go to one of your houses, or you can just go to any way shrine outside of Cyrodiil, and then you're scot-free. Alright, so yeah, I think that's enough information. It's a pretty straightforward day. If you do have any questions or any anything you want to add to this? Any other good Humanoid Daedra options or anything else you want to add here? Feel free to chuck a comment in. I welcome that. But it's a pretty straightforward day, so I'll leave it there. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. Have a good weekend. Rest of your weekend, that is. I'll see you next time.